Tonight, the University of Idaho is engineering an effort against the coronavirus.
And what local organization is cutting employee pay? Murrow News 8 starts now.
Murrow News 8 starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Master Line.
And I'm Promise Calloway. Welcome back to Murrow News 8.
University of Idaho engineers are developing a new 3D printed respirator mask and a sterilization station to help fight the coronavirus pandemic. Faculty in the U of I College of Engineering are finalizing an improved design for a 3D printed filtering facepiece respirator mask. Prototypes of the design have been sent to medical staff in the Lewis and Clarkson Valley for validation. Faculty expect to finalize the design later this week.
According to Pullman Radio, Pullman Regional Hospital has cut employee pay by 25% to try and deal with the significant drop in revenue due to the coronavirus pandemic. This will create $1 million in cash savings, which will be used to pay for operations. Officials are hoping the pay cut will allow the hospital to have at least 30 days cash in hand.
There are now 11 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Whitman County and just under 6,000 cases in the state of Washington. There are 247 deaths in the state as well, with more than 3/4 of them coming from King and Snohomish counties.
A University of Idaho student has tested positive for the coronavirus. According to Pullman Radio, the student was recently on campus, moving out of their residence hall on Sunday, and was confirmed to have the coronavirus on Wednesday. He is now recovering at home with mild symptoms.
Whitman Hospital and medical clinics in Colfax have established a coronavirus testing hotline. A registered nurse will screen the calls, and if a test is needed, then an appointment will be made for testing. Hospital officials in Colfax are only allowing coronavirus testing by appointment. The WHMC coronavirus hotline in Colfax is available every day from 8 to 5 at 509-397-5717.
The Lauren McCluskey Run for Campus Safety fundraiser has moved online this year. The virtual campaign will use the Map My Run mobile app. The online fundraiser will go for a week starting on Saturday. Runners will have a week to complete their 5K, and event registration includes a $25 donation to the Lauren McCluskey Foundation. The 5K results will be posted on social media. Runners can register on their Facebook page, McCluskey Virtual Run for Campus Safety, or by emailing mccluskeyvirtualrun@gmail.com. According to Moscow Pullman Daily News, officers arrested a man in Pullman yesterday after he led them on a high-speed car chase and then a foot chase. The news release identified the man as Dustin D. Pearson. He was booked into the Whitman County Jail on charges of felony eluding, second-degree assault, possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Now, you may remember that a large of Eastern Washington and Idaho felt a pretty big earthquake on Tuesday. Our live reporter, Lucy Fasano, will be joining us from the Bay Area to discuss what you should know about the aftershocks of that quake and what you should expect moving forward. Lucy?
Thanks, Promise. So according to the Washington Post, the earthquake was centered below the Sawtooth Mountains, about 80 miles northeast of Boise. It was felt in northern Utah, Pullman, and some parts of Montana. A geoscientist at Idaho State University, Glenn Thackeray, had encouraged people near the epicenter to prepare for an earthquake a decade ago. Thackeray discovered the Sawtooth fault line in 2010 and says there will be aftershocks throughout the next couple days and maybe weeks. He wants residents around the area to be aware that the Sawtooth fault line is active. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you, Promise.
Thank you, Lucy. Now, many of us aren't outside too much during this quarantine, but nonetheless, we got to get our fresh air. Jasmine has our weather. How are things looking in Pullman and across the state?
Thanks, Promise. Today in Pullman, we saw a bit of snow this morning, followed by some sunshine and then partial clouds. Tonight will be mostly clear skies, a low of 28 degrees. For tomorrow's forecast, expected to be a bit breezy with winds up to 30 miles per hour, along with partial clouds and then a chance of rain and snow showers at night. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 48 and a low of 28 degrees. Heading to our state map, starting at Seattle and Olympia, both with light rain showers in both areas in the high 40s. Going over the mountains to eastern Washington to Yakima and Tri-Cities, both areas in the 50s. Tri-Cities, the only place not seeing rain with partially cloudy skies. Heading over the pass towards Spokane and Pullman, both seeing some snow showers mixed with rain. Pullman at 43 and Spokane at 45 degrees. Lastly, a quick look at our 5-day forecast, taking a look into the weekend and what to expect. Looks like we'll see temperatures in the low 50s with a chance of rain and snow on Saturday. That's all I've got in weather forecast, here in Pullman. Back to you, Promise.
Thank you, Jasmine. Now, while we aren't seeing any live action, the sports world remains a huge influence. Jane McDonald has a further look into that. What's going on, Jane?
Only our big businesses supplying supplies for COVID-19, but an NFL team is trying to do their part. CBS Sports reports that the New England Patriots team plane will be flying to China to pick up and deliver nearly 2 million masks. The plane has been modified for international travel, and all on board are forbidden to leave the plane once it arrives in China. In more local news, University of Idaho alumni Benson Mayowa has agreed to the terms and will be reunited with the Seahawks. According to KHQ, Mayowa signed a 1-year deal to return to Seattle as a defensive end after his short stint back in 2013. It's official, the MLB London series has been canceled. Originally slotted in June, USA Today reports that the MLB canceled the event before restrictions could, and a timely cancellation could save them some money. And finally, like a lot of sporting events, the Open Championship for golf may be canceled. The last time the Open was canceled was in 1945 in the wake of World War II. The RNA reports that they have canceled the other golf cups and championships. They're going back and forth between different options for the Open. Well, despite all the cancellations, you gotta love seeing teams lending a hand like the Patriots are, right, Asher?
Oh, absolutely, Jane. We've seen so many people pitching in to help out during this crisis, doing their part. In fact, one family in Western Washington is feeling a huge impact from people all around the globe. The Ross Rudder family in Everett had a GoFundMe made for them on March 17th, and already they've raised almost $500,000. 20-year-old Elijah was on CNN to speak about the impact their family has felt from this pandemic. If you want to contribute, you can search for the Ross Rudder family on GoFundMe. And just a bit south of Everett, a Kirkland nursing home is facing massive fines after 37 residents have died of COVID-19. The Life Care Center is facing a fine of more than $611,000. They are also at risk of losing Medicare and Medicaid funding if it does not correct the mistakes that led to the country's first major outbreak of the novel coronavirus. The inspectors are giving the nursing home until September 16th to return to full compliance. According to Johns Hopkins University, there are now more than 1 million reported coronavirus cases worldwide and over 50,000 deaths. As of today, the US has reported 236,000 COVID-19 cases and over 5,100 deaths. Please continue social distancing practices and remember to wash your hands.
Americans likely won't begin to see direct payments from the coronavirus stimulus bill until at least April 13th, and it could take 20 weeks for all the checks to be mailed. This leaves tens of millions of Americans waiting to get badly needed assistance. The IRS envisions having an online system in place by late April or early May to allow taxpayers to update the direct deposit information and to track the status of their payments.
A cruise ship off the coast of southern Florida has docked and will soon to board. The Sun Sentinel reports that thousands of passengers were stuck on the Regal Princess cruise ship after 2 crew members were tested for COVID-19. These 2 crew members had recently worked on the Grand Princess, the same ship in California that had 21 positive cases. The results for these 2 crew members came back negative, prompting immediate indoor docking. Well, in light of everything going on right now, we're getting a little closer to dinner time here in our respective homes. Promise, what are you eating for dinner tonight?
Well, Asher, today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day, so I have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich with me.
Wow, that's a coincidence. I have my sandwich here too. What does yours taste like? Let me get a look here. Is it good? Is it good? All right, I'm trying mine. White bread, creamy peanut butter. Can't go wrong. Well, that's all from us tonight here at Murrow News 8.
Since things have changed, you can now watch us live on YouTube every weekday at 5:30.
News content can still be found at nwpb.org/MN8. And don't forget to follow us on social media.
Have a good night, stay home, and stay healthy.